Employee engagement is something that is crucial to a strong organization, and here is why. Well, what is employee engagement? According to Deli Robinson, in an article that he wrote in 2004, employee engagement is a positive attitude held by the employees toward the organization and its value. An engaged employee is aware of business context and works with colleagues to improve performance within the job for the benefit of the organization. The organization must work to develop and nurture engagement, which requires a two-way relationship between the employer and employee. Employee engagement has drastically changed over time. According to Franklin Watts in 1985, in an article he wrote, that around the 1800s to 1900s, there was actually very unsafe workforces. If you think about it, there was a bunch of long hours that people had to do, and many of those jobs looks like this or like that. Many of these jobs actually seemed very unsafe and sometimes seriously deadly. The employees weren't being taken care of, and they were also seen as replaceable. This made it so that employees were really unhappy in their job workforce, and they did it solely for the money. However, in 1990, there was this guy named William Kahn who actually introduced the concept called employee engagement. Around this time, Kahn wrote an article called Psychological, Personal Engagement and Disengagement at Work, which emphasized how work engagement and how a person sees their job truly correlates with how well they do at work and how engaged they are at work. If they saw a connection between themselves and their job, there's actually an increase in role performance through cognitive, physical, and self-investment. Now, in our modern society, we actually see a lot of HR and organizational structure focus more on employee engagement. We see huge companies like Apple actually taking on this role of employee engagement and emphasizing that in order to create a better structure for their company. According to Bedarkar in 2024, in an article that he wrote, Apple believes that the reason to their success is because of how they empower and how they engage their employees. The way that Apple does this is by making sure that all of their employees get benefits such as discounts on the Apple products, and also making sure that their well-being is getting taken care of. They do surveys for the employees so that they can get feedback from the employees themselves. Another thing that Apple has announced is that Apple employees actually get stocks and shares of Apple itself. That way they are more invested in the product and they truly believe in the company and the organization as a whole. According to Kurt Kaufman in 2002, there are 3 different types of employees.
Have a great rest of your day.
Actively engaged employees. They are the builders. They are naturally curious about the company and perform at consistently high rates. They want to use their talents and strengths at work and always put in the effort, passion, and they have drive and innovation at their workplace. Next, we have the disengaged employee. Although they're not horrible at their job, they tend to concentrate on tasks rather than the goal and outcomes they expect to accomplish. They want to be told what to do so that they can say that they've finished it. Last but not least, we have the actively disengaged employee, also known as cave dwellers. They are employees who act out their unhappiness at work and often undermine what engaged coworkers accomplish. They often use the excuse at work and often don't really care that they're late or not. Not only do they dislike their job, have low energy, and exhibit bad attitude, they tend to gossip at work. Here is a problem. According to 2010 Aon Consulting Engagement 2.0 Employee Service, there are over 50% of employees that are passive or disengaged at work. In this graph, we see that the actively disengaged employee creates a huge negative impact on the organization's innovation/quality of products and services, customer service, cost, and revenue growth, while highly engaged employees positively impact it tremendously. So, how do we get more employee engagement? In 2021, Daniel Stein wrote an article called How Employees Can Improve Employee Engagement. In this article, Stein emphasizes 3 different ways on how HR can improve employee engagement in an organization. Number 1, connect what employees do to what the employees care about. One way HR can do this is by revising the organization's mission to better fit what the employees value. This requires a lot of communication both ways to make sure that they both align with each other. 2. Making work less stressful and more enjoyable for your employees. There are many ways HR can implement this in their organizations, but one of them is granting employees more autonomy. What does that mean? Autonomy means giving your employees a little bit more independence and freedom to do as they wish. If they have ideas in an organization, you should try to give them the freedom to creatively explore that idea. This will likely help boost their self-confidence as employees, and when people have a bigger confidence, they tend to do better in their work environment because they know they are trusted and they know that they have more self-efficacy in them. Number 3, create time affluence. In addition to money, HR should also be rewarding their employees with extra time. Rewarding employees with time such as paid time off or more vacation leaves can also affect employee engagement. This way they feel as if they have more of a work-life balance. Although we strive for high employee engagements, there are some things called burnouts. According to a Harvard Business Review that was written by Julia Moeller in 2018, there is such thing called a engaged, exhausted employee. Moeller in that article also pointed out that 1 in 5 employees have high engagement but also high burnouts due to stress and frustration at work. Although this is the case, there is many ways to maintain a high engaged employee without the burnout. If there are employees that are receiving more workload, the organization should be putting in more effort to also provide higher levels of support such as supervisor support, rewards and recognition at work, and also self-efficacy. A quote from the article from Moeller 2018 says, quote unquote, "In order to promote engagement, it is crucial to provide employees with the resources they need to do their job well, feel good at their work, and recover from work stressors experienced through work."